It was John and Tom and Larry that had the vision to preserve, protect, and enhance Fenway Park, and it's really become a jewel in the city and a jewel in Major League Baseball. So this year's off-season investments were large, about $10 million, and it's all with an eye on improving the facility for the fans, for the players, for everyone who comes in year in and year out.
So looking back, $300 million, you could have almost built a new park for that amount of money. Looking back, was it the right decision?
Absolutely. I mean, Fenway Park is part of who we are. It's part of our DNA. I don't think the Red Sox would be the Red Sox without Fenway. For those of us, I grew up a mile down the street, so I fell in love with the Red Sox because of coming to this ballpark. And I think I speak for most of New England when I say that. This is a place that it's in our blood, and as long as John Henry and Tom Werner own the Red Sox, this is where we're going to be playing, and this is where we're going to continue to invest year in and year out to make it such a special place.
Tell us about the dugouts. Why was expanding the dugouts a priority this year?
Well, we got sick of Dustin Pedroia yapping at us that they needed more room down there. No, I'm just teasing. We've had the smallest dugout in all of baseball for a long time, home side and visitor side, so it was time to give the players some more breathing room. When we expand the rosters in September, it gets even more crowded, so it was a great opportunity to move the dugouts forward and just create some more breathing room, create some more space for the players to make it a little bit more comfortable.
And I understand with the changes you made in seating, you've actually reduced the total seating capacity. That might seem counterintuitive to one of the smallest parks in the Major League Baseball.
Yeah, we've expanded capacity dramatically since we got here. About 33,000 when we arrived. We're now 37,000 and about 700. We took a few hundred seats out though this year when we did the Tully Tavern up there, and the reason we did that was we wanted to create an area for food and beverage for people who are in the right field part of Fenway that is the most underserved area from a food and beverage perspective. So it just made sense, and we'll, on a net basis, the seat count will go down a little bit, but that's okay. We like being the smallest venue in baseball.
What about ticket prices this year? Will these improvements translate into how much people pay that come to see a game?
Yeah, we took a small, relatively small, modest price increase, a few percentage points, and we never take that for granted. We've got the best fans in baseball, and we've had just about a sellout crowd year in and year out for the 15 years that we've been here. Some years are better than others, but we never take that loyalty for granted. And as you can see, we pump those revenues back into the product on the field and to the facility itself.
How close are you to having the ideal facility, the one that you dream of?
Well, I think Fenway is the ideal facility now, just given the history and the tradition. But because it's 100+ years old, you have to invest year in and year out. It's like owning an old home. You're never done keeping it modern and current. But we're blessed with history, and we're blessed with location and geography. Fenway Park works for public transportation, for vehicular traffic, for walking. Pedestrians can walk to Fenway Park from downtown for games. That doesn't happen in other cities. So it's our responsibility to keep it up and current, but we feel we're blessed with the best facility in all of baseball.
Does Fenway have a lifespan? Have the engineers said, okay, you can get another 105, 112 years out of it?
Thanks to John Henry and Tom Werner and Larry Lucchino, who I had the privilege of working for 20 years. I took over for Larry last year at this time, and he really was the driving force in the early years behind the renovations. The architects and engineers have told us now Fenway will stand at least another 30, if not 40 years, given the improvements that we've made. Because if you think about the $300 million worth of renovations, it wasn't just adding seats or monster seats or the right field roof. It was creating infrastructure underneath, doing waterproofing, redoing the roof, making sure that the facility would stand for at least another generation of fans.
And what will eventually cause you to have to move? Is it the bones of the building?
That'll be someone else's problem to figure out. So I don't think Fenway Park will need to move. I think that as long as you treat it with tender, loving care and you continue to invest in the fan experience each and every year, hopefully our kids and their kids will get to experience Fenway Park the way we all did.
Thank you. Do you have a message to fans this year, Mr. Kennedy?
Well, we're excited. It's been a great off season. The players are ready to go. I've been back and forth to Fort Myers 5 times since February 1st, and the players are antsy. They're ready to get going. So we're excited. I love the mayor's prediction, but I'm not in the prediction business because I always end up being wrong. But I do think we'll be competitive in the American League East, and hopefully we can take that next step. You know, we won 93 games, won the division. We went out too early against Cleveland. Hopefully, we'll get off to a good start, and then we'll get back to October baseball, which is what it's all about.
Not every day that you get to host one of the most influential figures in the city of Boston. What was the highlight of the tour for you, Zach?
For me, it was seeing the brilliant move by our mayor to not put on the virtual reality lens. That was a smart move, and we had Zach Markell hit instead of him. But no, it's great to show him the changes, and we work very closely with Mayor Walsh and his team to make sure that the improvements that we contemplate for Fenway are in keeping with what the city wants and what the neighborhood wants.
Thank you very much.
We're going to head upstairs now. Okay.